Andrew at Gongs Unlimited, and I'm here today with this beautiful, gorgeous instrument. It's a 36-inch Broder Oetken, your pronunciation is fine, Schumann Resonance gong. This is tuned to the bass level of the Schumann Resonance. It's an more audible level than the 7.83 hertz that you may have read about. And today we're going to do a fun healing using this gong and how it's a vibration of the Schumann resonance works. There's a lot of new age hyperbole about the Schumann resonance, as happens on the internet when people are trying to sell things or looking for some sort of cure-all. So let's take a step back from that and see right now what it might be doing, and bring in a little bit of information from some scientific studies. As much as I, and you I'm sure, do love New Age hyperbole, it's really not going to help us all the time. The Schumann resonance is that frequency they've studied, from the crust of the Earth to the ionosphere, where lightning is created, that kind of electromagnetic charge. It's a extremely low frequency, 7.83 hertz, but it goes up and down. The Schumann frequency has variations to it, so let's not get stuck on 7.83. And there have been some notes out there that goes, each one of its variations is equal to a variety of our states in the brain, alpha, beta, gamma, delta, theta, all that stuff. And that could be, but I haven't really seen any direct causal thing. One of the things I have noticed is, one, we have human bodies that are made of earth, the old ashes to ashes, dust to dust, and we are affected by electromagnetic forces on the planet. Sun causes us to tan. Sonar, we know how that all affects us. The variety of diplomats that seem to be getting affected by microwave or whatever other radiations in the variety of missions, whether in Cuba or Russia or that kind of stuff. It's all fun and games until your brain melts, kids. So what we're going to talk about today in this healing thing is a very interesting scientific study that I perused, done over many years, where they studied what's interesting about the Schumann resonance. It was affecting the level of melatonin and serotonin in people's brains, and along that way also affects some of the cardiac areas, because melatonin, besides just putting you to sleep as the pills do, actually goes in there and helps with your regulating different systems and blood pressure and a variety of other things that I'm not going to get into too deep here. And so I looked at it and I kind of watched it. I'm like, oh yeah, it does affect it a little bit. So we're going to do a healing today to help you rebalance and revitalize your melatonin, your serotonin, and your brain and cardiopulmonary systems relationship. And we're going to do it with this beautiful gong. So I'm going to play it for a little bit. What I want you to do before we do is, I want you, please don't watch this video while operating heavy machinery. Like if you're a pilot in a plane, please do it when you're in the hotel. If you're someone who does Olympic bobsled training, probably not to be the best to watching this if you're the person in the front of the bobsled. One of the people in the back, you're fine. But generally, I'm assuming most of you are sitting calmly in a chair or laying down. Maybe you have your YouTube on your TV watching it. I just want you to close your eyes. Sit up, kind of close your eyes, and I want you to imagine your first chakra with a line of energy connected to the center of the planet. And let that line of energy be as wide as your body. It's called a grounding cord. And you're creating a space to release energy and also get yourself as a spirit in your body. Get yourself here. So do that while I play this little. And start to tune in to the Schumann Resonance. Maybe let that grounding cord become a pretty gold energy or blue or green, whatever kind of is a very nice energy for you. Orange, healing energy. And maybe hook it up to every cell in your body. Imagine that grounding cord just, you don't have to see each one, just go postulate. I want you to postulate, just to theorize that every cell in your body is connected to that grounding cord and they're grounding too. And as I play this gong, I want you to allow that energy to take out vibrations that are not in affinity, electromagnetic vibrations or any vibrations that are not in affinity with your body or your cells. Doesn't require any effort. You don't have to poop it out. You just kind of let energy works with no effort. Just let it, just taking it out. Now, the earth is a great healer. So when you're releasing this energy, it's okay. She can handle this energy and process it in the center of her, and it'll recharge out as neutral energy. So you're not hurting the planet by releasing this energy. For a second, just imagine with your eyes closed in front of your visual screen, your mind's eye, saying hello to the planet, saying hello to Mother Earth. You can imagine her as a globe or a beautiful woman or just an energy, however you like. It's up to you. But say hello to her as a spirit, the spirit of the planet, not the body. See if you hear anything back. Or get a feeling. And as you do that, now I want you to allow the energy of this gong to kind of, the sound energy of it and the energy that's healing, to kind of just wash over your brain. Allow it to wash over your brain and your nervous system, anywhere where you have somewhat maybe, stress or imbalances. Just let this energy start to heal the vibration in your brain and nervous system. physical. You might even be healing the mental. Maybe there are a bunch of thoughts you haven't been able to get out of your head that are annoying, or someone's other else's energy inside your head. Or it could just be healing the neurons, the dendrites. As a reminder, this isn't the exact Schumann resonance. These are, overtones of that 7.83. All right. Now let's take a look at that level of melatonin. Probably you've heard about people taking melatonin when they can't go to sleep at night, that sort of things. But it is created by your body. It's not something that just is taken in a pill form. But it can, for various reasons, environmental stresses, genetic, whatever, start to not be at an optimal level for what you need. So I want you now to imagine in front of your visual screen, your mind's eye, a meter, a gauge. And from 0 to 100, let the gauge just pump up with a number. And that number is the optimal level of melatonin for your brain, for your body, for your system. There's no right or wrong here. You could have 99%, you're a winner. You could have 10%, you're still a winner. You're just saying hello to it. You're not being judged. You want to get an answer that's true to work with. Some people always got to be, all my gauges are 100. I'm a perfect specimen of humanity. And other people like, oh, I'm so sick. It can't be very good. It's where it is for you. For example, earlier today when I looked, mine was about 82. I worked on a little bit earlier today, and I got up to about 96. So I was, in terms of cleaning out the energy to make it kind of start to heal. I'm not saying it all of a sudden went up 14%. I'm not making any medical claims. I'm just cleaning out the stuckness. So in that, where that gauge is, I want you just to allow this sound. You can remove the gauge now, and I want this sound just to allow it to go in through your system and kind of allow the energetic level of your body to start to heal your melatonin, to get it up to a space that's 100% optimum for you. It's kind of woo-woo what I'm doing here, but it does work. Remember, you're healing your body's production of melatonin to reach its optimum level. This is something that science has determined, actually, your melatonin is affected by Schumann resonance. Let it revitalize your glands where it's produced, your cells. Let your brain, tell your brain it can work at an optimum level on this. create a new gauge, a new measurement thing, and see where your ability to create, not that it automatically became new melatonin right in this last section, but where its body's ready to produce better. Take a look at the gauge. Did you go up at all? Were you at 20%? Now you're at 29? Were you at 87 and you went up to 96? It's all good. It's just a place where you're starting. Some people may have all their melatonin that they need. Melatonin that they need. Others may be depleted. Great. Now, imagine that gauge disappearing, destroying. And the other balance that the scientists were looking at in their studies was serotonin. You're probably familiar with that one as well. Serotonin, people are always taking the various pills to increase their serotonin. And this is by no means a replacement for any medical treatment that you have. But for a second, create a new gauge and see what your level of serotonin is. That's the amount that's 100% optimal for you. It's funny, I'm only about 72, 73%. I could really increase it. So let's move with the gauge, and now we're going to play, again, the gong and allow that sound energy and the healing energy to help your brain and your various systems create a space, release through the grounding cord, release through the sound, and again, let it release through the grounding cord. All the places where you have energy blocks to getting your body more balanced with serotonin. Connected all your cells in your body to the grounding cord, and it's connected to the center of the planet. Let this energy help just release it. Maybe you felt something there. That's great. Maybe you didn't. It's okay too. So now throw up a new gauge. I don't mean regurgitate, but I mean on your screen, picture a new gauge or to see how much out of 100% now your body can create the serotonin amounts that you need. Mine went up a little bit, went up 5 or 6 points. Doesn't mean that's I automatically increased my serotonin. It means I'm creating the space for my body to create more serotonin. The great thing about this is you can do this with or without this, but it may help the sound. And you can go back if you've found your low, or if you're working on something like that, and do it again in a week or a few days and see if you can bring it up higher. Notice the effects. Okay, the last part of our meditation today is we're going to work on the connection that the brain and all those bits of variety of everything we have in our brain, all the chemicals and everything, affects the communication to your heart. And I noticed when I was doing some research, not only did there were studies that noticed that, because it kind of, the Schumann resonance and what's going on with lightning and everything out there in the world can affect your can affect your blood pressure and that sort of stuff, but I did notice it spiritually too. So I want you just to imagine now 2 neutral items. We'll say roses. 2 neutral items. One represents your brain and one represents your heart. And I don't mean these are chakras. I mean the actual parts of your body. And I want you to ground. Imagine a connection of those 2 roses to the center of the planet. And see if you notice any colors or vibrations or voices or anything between those 2, between the brain and the heart. Those 2 roses, those 2 things. You can imagine also it's a brain and a heart. I don't care, you know. Sometimes people get all picky about, I have to draw it perfectly right. You gotta be 2 circles. Whatever works for you. And what kind of energies do you see there? Just say hello to them. I notice, for me, I have some dark gray energy in there. Little white energy, neither one are mine. You can ask what that energy is. And I want you to just watch that. Because I want you to watch this too, and allow the healing energy, however you want to imagine it, the healing energy of this gong, of this sound frequency, to go into that space between the brain and the heart that you've envisioned, and watch if it does anything. Part of the thing is learning, seeing for yourself. Allow it to rinse out any electrochemical confusions there, maybe your brain has been too stressed and it's sending the wrong kind of information to the heart, or your heart's stressing and sending extra stress up to your brain. We live in stressful times. We chose to incarnate now because it's a beautiful time for spiritual growth. When you think about it, a lot of stuff going on. But it can still be stressful on the physical body and on the thinking. Just let that vibration, the sound vibration, the energetic vibration, the Earth's, one of her frequencies that we've noticed. For some reason, I noticed in some of the New Age hyperbole out there that they would go, oh, it's the Schumann Resonance, it's the heartbeat of the Earth. I don't know, that seems like a bit much. It's a frequency that goes between the crust and the ionosphere, and results in, we notice a lot during lightning discharges. Yeah, just let it clean out that. I want you to say hello to that space now between the brain and the heart, and allow a proper, your highest vibration you can have right now of health and communication between the 2. And see if they start communicating better. See if the 2 rows or the 2 circles or the brain and the heart actually, you might notice them starting to go, oh, hi, I missed you. Oh, that was in the way. Oh, whatever you see. Okay, just let those images disappear, explode, remove them from your thing, because you can always recreate them at a new level and find out where they are new. And for the last thing, I want you to just imagine above your head a beautiful gold sun. Beautiful, big, juicy, filled with your energy you've left all over town. Filled with your energy left on the astral, talking to other spirits. Full of your energy left in projects. Just let it start to appear above your head. Big, bright thing, gold sun. It's becoming present time. And it's going to fill, imagine you bring enough energy that you will fill up every space that you healed and released. Bring it, and I want you to imagine this gold sun energy that's going to continue your healing of your brain and your body and your melatonin and your serotonin and your brain-heart communication. And then I want you just to imagine in that gold sun, before you're going to bring it in, it's big and full and bright and so full of energy that also it's going to have the one thing in that God's been trying to give to you that you haven't been ready to accept because you've been a little stressed. Just be an energy. I mean, it could be the energy of a new car, a new relationship. It could just be an energy of health. It could be an insight. Whatever that God's been going, hey, I want to give this to you, but you're not letting me give it to you. Because we do that. And then just allow it to come in and fill up every cell, just like you had every cell grounded, every cell of your body. Just bring it to the top of your crown chakra, your head. Just let it, oh, that feels good. I feel like Bob Ross. Oh, that feels good now. Just bring in the gold sun. The thing, but that's what I kind of feel like right there. Just let it fill up your cells of your body, your brain, your heart. Then let it go out of your body and fill up your aura, the 7 layers of your aura, your chakras. And there's more than enough. Even if you think you didn't visualize enough, just allow that there's more and more of it till you're really filled up. If you need to, imagine another big gold sun. Oh yeah, I'll take another one. It's just got really good energy. Really nice self-healing energy. That's some good energy, man. People say you got good energy. I go, yeah, I brought it in myself in a gold sun. Oh yeah. And just kind of take a second and validate yourself. Hey, not everyone's going to sit around and give themselves a healing like this, or communicate to a frequency of the earth. And some people are going to think you're nuts. But if it felt good to you and it worked, that's all we're asking. Just trying to help you heal yourself. I know I heal myself that way. It's good. So validate yourself. Say, hey, I'm a pretty cool cat to do that. I'm a pretty dapper dog. I'm a pretty decent dolphin. I don't know, whatever animal you like to call yourself. I'm a pretty great gorilla. I don't know, you pick your animal. And there we go. So when you're ready, I'm just going to play this a little bit more. You can just enjoy the final bits of it. When you're ready, you can always stop the video. You can do it again at a later point, I hope. And please enjoy this beautiful, beautiful handmade gong by one of the world's top gong makers.